front of them. You're embarrassing.
Monday on Kelly.
I'm not selling.
Had a large violent tornado move through Little Rock. It started north of Hot Springs, moved into West Little Rock, went into North Little Rock, and then continued on through kind of the Sherwood area, crossed over Highway 167. So if you know when you're going down to Little Rock and you're going down 67 and you're getting there near Jacksonville and you've got dealerships on either side, a tornado ripped right through there. There are likely hundreds of injuries down in Little Rock, and now some of that weather is heading into our southern counties. I've had a lot of people asking, are we clear in Jonesboro? Are we clear in Paragould? Are we clear in Pocahontas? You are not. We've got these storms that are severe now in Jackson County, in parts of Independence County under a warning. And then look at the left side of the screen. More severe thunderstorm warnings there, more severe thunderstorm warnings here. So it's sunny outside. You're seeing all the warnings to the south. Do not let your guard down through here. As we have been saying for the past 3 days, this threat is not over until about 8, 9, maybe even as late as 10 o'clock. But right now, the reason we're on is this tornado warning that is down in Woodruff County. It is coming into Cross County. So St. Francis, Cross County, including the Wynne area, under a tornado warning right now. Looking at the data, it is well defined. I'm going to go straight to the George Kell Storm Tracker, which is sitting right where this rotation is. That's where we find meteorologist Jace Passmore. Jace, you've got a pretty good view of what this storm is doing or not doing. What are you seeing?
Yeah, well, I saw a well-defined wall cloud that has now started to get wrapped up in rain. I stepped outside just a few minutes ago, and I'm getting at least 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts going into the storm. So this is definitely rotating, definitely a dangerous storm, and it is definitely in a dangerous environment. It's going to have to be watched, Ryan.
What else are you seeing? I mean, the winds were starting to increase on this storm. Do you see any lowering or anything immediately that's concerning?
No, it's now wrapped in rain. I am seeing an increase in cloud-to-ground lightning strikes right now. Okay, so whenever we see lightning strikes increasing like that, updraft is kicking up a little bit. Now, this is a goofy question, Jace. Not sure if you can even see your camera view, but there's kind of like a lighter color there. Is that something on the windshield? Is there something on the windshield there? Must be. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that definitely is.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's go back to radar for a minute. And this is the tornado warning right here. Let's look at the wind within the storm. And you can see, let me slide this just a little bit to the east. So there we go. So we can pick up the Little Rock radar. I may have a better look at it here. Right there is the rotation. Storm tracker sitting right here. Let's put a storm track on the leading edge of this. This is moving off to the kind of the east-northeast. How fast is that moving?
It's moving at 60 miles per hour right now.
It's flat moving.
It's moving. I've got a track on it. It's in wind by 445. Okay.
All right. So there we go. Wind 445. Clark's Corner 452. Parkin at 457. 457. Now, meteorologist Aaron Castleberry is over in the storm center, and you're looking at the chat with NWS. What are they saying about this storm?
They're saying that this is a radar indicated tornado right now that's in rural parts of Woodruff County right now, north of Cotton Plant. For people who kind of know the area out there in Woodruff County, right there around Highway 17, there is a wedding venue a lot of people head out to there in the community of Howell. That is where this is right now on Highway 17. This is south of McCrory. This is south of Patterson. This is north of Hunter, kind of going between Hunter and McCrory right now. Pretty tight rotation, starting to tighten up there. It's over some marshier areas. You have Bayou de Vue that's out here and also the Cache River. So it's a little bit marshier out here. There's not a lot of people that live out here, but there are folks that live in this part of Woodruff County. And I was talking, I had family, when this storm came over Desert, there was a lot of wind and low-hanging clouds back when it was back in Desert. Thankfully, no damage or any reports of damage back in that part, but this storm has been cycling. It tightened up and then it will weaken. It's tightening up some more. So I'm afraid, you know, it keeps tightening up and weakening. At some point, it's going to tighten up and go all the way. And I want people in Wynne right now to be in your tornado safe spot, because this storm is moving pretty fast. If you think about going 60 miles per hour down Highway 64, you have to stop at a couple areas before you get to McCrory. but it takes about 20 minutes to get from McCrory over to Wynne, and this storm is going to be in Wynne within 20 minutes or so as it continues off. It's still in Woodruff County, so you've got a little bit of time. It's still on the west sides of Highway 49, but it's moving pretty fast, and it continues to tighten up. I just don't trust this storm at all as it moves through Woodruff County.
All right, so there's a look at radar. You can see the rotation there. Were you using, I'm assuming you're using the Little Rock radar site? There we go.
I'm on Little Rock.
All right, so that's it right here. It's very close to the Hunter area. I want to keep going back to meteorologist Jace Passmore and the George Kell Storm Tracker. Jace, you may have said this just a minute ago, but I was also looking down at the computer looking at some of the reports. Wow, that is a nasty looking sky. Where exactly are you right now, Jace?
I am just north of Hunter, and I've been watching this area right in front of me here. It's been kicking up dust underneath it, so I'm still watching this. Lightning, the lightning has ramped up extremely. Cloud-to-ground lightning has increased, and I'm also seeing an increase in the winds flowing into the storm. So once these storms start getting inflow, that's what gives them some strength around.
All right, so Jace is in perfect position if this thing starts producing a tornado. Let's start thinking of an exit plan, though, Jace. So are you going to head east from here, or are you going to go on the back side of this storm? Meteorologist Aaron Castleberry's got his mic on also. He's very familiar with this area.
Hey, Jace, do you know if you are between the communities? Where are you on Highway 49? Are you kind of between Highway 145 and Highway 306? If you're in between that area, it looks like the rotation is going to go north of you. Where exactly do you know you are on 49?
Yeah, so I'm actually headed north to Highway 306. Currently, I'm looking at maybe heading towards Colt. So I'll be heading.
That's a two-lane highway. Just keep that in mind. It looks like you're heading south on 49.
Yeah. Are you heading south right now?
I am, yes.
Okay. All right, I think, that'll be a good game plan, I believe, to head up toward Colt, and then we can watch this thing coming into Wynne also.
Yeah, and it kind of stays kind of flat and without trees for the most part. You get closer to the Langell River out there in St. Francis County, you're going to run into a few more trees, but that's fairly flat, that's off the ridge, that's fairly wide open terrain out there in that part of Woodruff and St. Francis County. But that storm is, Ryan, it is tightening back up, getting closer to the cross county line.
Who was that just passed you, Jace? Was that a emergency official or one of the storm chasers?
That was Brad Adair, and it appears that this nope. Yeah, that was Brad Adair that just passed me there.
Okay. All right, I like the idea that you have with Highway 306. I'm not sure if you can position the 360 camera back towards that direction. I would probably turn around and start heading 306 to Wynne. And
yeah, that should be 306 right there.
Oh, that's 306 right there. Good call, yeah. Let's do that, and if you can pull over and get the 360 camera going back around, this might be the best bet. Would you think?
I think so, because that will take you to Highway 1.
Let me
and then Highway 1 between Forest City.
Here.
Yeah, that takes you to Highway 1 out there on Colt, and that will Highway 1 between Forest City and Wynne's 5 lanes, 4 lanes with the turning lane, so and wide open land out there between Forest City and Wynne.
All right, so let's go back to radar for just a second. Meteorologist Jace Passmore in the George Kell Storm Track. Let me zoom in on this and give you an idea of what he's doing, what the game plan is. Let's get right through here. If you're in Wynne, we need you to take cover. If you are in Colt, we need you to take cover. If you're anywhere along 64 from Fair Oaks over to just north of Wynne, Caldwell, you're probably south enough, but I'd go ahead and take cover also. So he just turned here. This was the nasty part of the storm that he was just showing you. And this is where it's starting to rotate. He just now turned here. He's coming up 306. This is going to go parallel with the rotation. That is moving to a kind of a northeast clip, isn't it?
It really is, and that's now coming around the Hillman community in Woodruff County there on Highway 49. This moves across into St. Francis and into Woodruff, into Cross County. This is going out towards the Pine Tree Research Station, the University of Arkansas Pine Tree Research Station that's out here in northern parts of St. Francis County and southern Cross County. A lot of people know that area for hunting and stuff like that. Highway 284 takes you into the backside of Wynne. Eventually, that's off of Highway 49. And then a lot of flat area, a lot of open area as you head down Highway 306 out of Woodruff County into St. Francis County. That area of rotation, Jace, would be on the north side of the highway. It's fixing to cross Highway 49 right now. And not a lot of people travel up and down Highway 49 from Fair Oaks down to Brinkley, but there's still several people who do. And there are several homes and hunting lodges that are out here on Highway 49 in Woodruff County. So if you know anybody that lives from Fair Oaks down to Hunter, back over towards Caldwell and Wynne, go ahead and get them on the phone, because this storm is moving into their direction at a pretty good clip. This is moving at about 60 miles per hour. And with it going that fast, you're about 10 minutes away from moving into the west sides of Wynne. Give it a quick track here to the east at about 60. And that comes into Ellis Chapel at 434, Wynne 441, and eventually into Parkin and Earl around 5 o'clock. And then over into northern parts of Crittenden County. So that's just how fast this storm is moving. It's in northern Crittenden County before the top of the hour. So if you're in Wynne, it's 4:25 now. You have 15 minutes before this is coming into the middle of Wynne. This is downtown Wynne is where the point is. So a couple more minutes as it comes into the west sides of town. This is crossing Highway 49 right now as it continues out of Woodruff County. It's getting probably real close to the Woodruff Cross County line, or right there where Woodruff Cross and St. Francis County meets, right there in that triple point.
Jace, I think you made a really good call on going on 306. You and Aaron did, because there's a lot of chasers that are stuck in rain right now. There's meteorologist Jace Passmore. He's in the George Kell Storm Tracker, looking back to where the rotation is. Jace, I know you can't turn around and look right now. Don't do that. Be safe. But definitely have some ominous-looking skies back there.
Yeah, and I've done a lot of chasing out in the plains, and the amount of inflow this storm is getting is crazy. It's throwing up gravel and hitting the windshield. Oh, so this storm's definitely kicking up at least 60-mile-per-hour inflow winds coming into it. I saw a stop sign that got hurled across the street back coming out of Hunter, so the inflow is definitely ramping up on this storm.
Yeah, you're in a really good position on this storm. Keep heading in that direction. We're gonna kind of probably stay with you on this for just a second.
And looking behind the scenes, looking at some of the meso analysis, there's a lot of instability that's flowing right into this storm. It looks like it's setting on a boundary there. And it's kind of riding a boundary into Cross County. So at any time, this storm could wrap up and produce a tornado. And that's why everybody in the city of Wynne, if you live anywhere from Highway 64 south to the Cross St. Francis County line there in Wynne County, in Cross County, and then from St. Francis County down to I-40, just to be safe. If you're from the St. Francis County line down to Forest City, go ahead and be in your safe spot at this time. The majority of this storm looks like it's moving into Cross County, but just to be safe, let this storm pass by.
Yeah, it's a nasty looking storm. Jace, I know you're driving, you can't see this, but the rotation has crossed over 49. It has tightened up quite a bit. You're going to go through a little community of Macedonia and Pine Tree and then Smith Chapel.
Look at, wow.
It's just got that rotation.
Winds are definitely kicking up.
This is looking to be a very, very strong, what we would say healthy supercell storm right now. If you do start seeing rotation, you've got the camera positioned well there.
Yeah, I got it facing. Yeah.
All right, once again, we're going to stay on this shot for just a minute because I want to watch and see if we get a tornado out of this. Tornado warning is in effect for the northern parts of St. Francis County. Does not include Forest City, but it does include Caldwell, Colt, Wynne. Wynne, this is heading your direction. It has crossed over the county line now. It is kind of riding right along the cross St. Francis County line. Very heavy rain is with it, probably some hail with it also. And then the southern flank of that is where we have got the rotation. The storm looks to be cycling a little bit again. And I really think in the next few scans, in the next 10 or 15 minutes, this thing's going to get really strong. That's why we're really needing people in Wynne. I tell you what, while we've got trees there in your viewpoint, let's go back to radar for just a second. So here is Wynne. Here's the rotation. It's kind of broad right now, and you think, you know, a lot of times people think, oh, bigger means that it's a worse tornado. No, it's kind of like a ballerina or an ice skater. When ice skaters tighten up when they're spinning around, they start going faster. And then when they open up their arms, they start going slower. You've all seen it when you were watching the Olympics or whatever. That's kind of what we're seeing here now. The winds are kind of broadening out. So the chances of having a tornado right there, probably pretty low. I think in the next 10 or 15 minutes, it's going to start tightening up as it starts coming into Cross County.
The National Weather Service, they're trying to decide if there's a tornado debris signature trying to creep up there on the cross St. Francis County line. I'm not 100% sure that's it at the moment. That's probably picking up some dust and everything out of those fields, but I'm not 100% convinced right at this second, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing it. It could. I'm not saying it's not. Radar's still pretty far from that. But
and it's kind of not matching up where the actual rotation is, but that rotation is picking up. Right there. I just want to give you some county roads there right quick. There's Highway 259, Cross County Road 101, the Wick Mill community, Cross County Road 534, Jackson Farm Road, Lee Hodge Road, Cross County Road 537, and Cross County Road 532. That's where this is really at right now, there in southwestern parts of Cross County. I think we can say probably this storm, for the most part, has moved out of St. Francis County, but it's knocking on the door. You've got 5 minutes if you live in Wynne. If you're not in your tornado safe spot now, make it there at this time. If you live in Wynne, or if you live along Highway 1 between Wynne and Colt, this eventually will move over Crowley's Ridge on the probably near or probably just a little bit to the south of Highway 64. And then this would eventually move towards Parkin and Earl. The National Weather Service office in Memphis, they are leaning towards calling this a considerable storm.
Yeah. So
we need everybody that lives in the city of Wynne.
Here's the deal. I know that you guys know people at Wynne that may or may not be watching. Call them. They don't have us on cable down there. Go to KAIT8.com, click on the live stream. I think it's /live. That one?
I think so. I think there may be a banner at the top.
We're going to stay with this. If you know people in Wynne, give them a heads up right now. This is coming in. This rotation is tightening up. I think with every radar scan that we get, it's going to continue to tighten up, and it's going to be coming into the Wynne area, somewhere between Colt, Wynne, and up to the county line. This is highway. There it is. It's getting tighter.
Yeah, and we've got chasers saying that there is a definite rotating wall cloud northeast of Hunter, and they're seeing it from Highway 306 in probably St. Francis County.
All right, so this is County Road 532. This is the Ellis Chapel community. This is County Road 528. The Wick Mill community, I don't know where that is. You may know where that is if you live around the county roads that are starting with 200s and 500s. 193 is right here. If you know where 193, it's crossing over there right now. This right here, that's Wynne. It's just down to the southwest. Need you in your tornado safe spot. Wynne, it's going to be there in about next 9 to 10 minutes.
And I know it's Friday. It's warm outside. This will go close to Village Creek State Park. A lot of people camp and fish and have a lot of activities that go down to Village Creek State Park. That's between Wynne and Colt there on the ridge. So if you know anybody that may be out there at Village Creek State Park this evening, tell them they need to try to find a substantial shelter. I guess get into the welcome center there at the state park. This is going to go right through that area, and I know it's springtime.
That might be a debris signature.
And we very well could be right there in southern parts of Cross County.
That very well. Here's the rotation right here. If it is, it's messy looking. If it is, it's the first signs of it.
And it may not be hitting anything but a couple of trees out there because it's a lot of flatlands and a lot of farmland out there, so it may not be lofting too much up into the air just yet.
This thing might be cycling again. If it does, it'll get its act together right over here, about 284. Let's go back to Jace. Jace, meteorologist Jace Passmore. No Jace, so we have lost Jace's signal. He's on 306, so he's curving back around here, and he'll probably come straight up Highway 1. As soon as we get Jace, let's make sure we go to him. In fact, don't even wait for me to say something. Just go ahead and go. So he's on 306. He's going to head up Highway 1. The rotation's crossing over 284. It's going to be in Wynne in about 8 minutes. 8 minutes. You've got 8 minutes Wynne. The rotation's coming across 284. It's going to cross 350. It's going to cross the county roads through here about 600s and then come into Wynne.
We know that the Cross Ridge Hospital is on the south of downtown Wynne. You have the Cross County Sheriff's Office that's down there. There's a plant on the south side of Wynne.
This says confirmed tornado now.
It's considerable. They've got it considerable tagged. They didn't say confirmed.
They just went considerable, didn't go confirmed.
They went considerable.
All right, I just saw the different color here, and I just was double checking. Let me zoom out and make sure that we're not missing anything. We've got severe thunderstorm warning continuing into the Jackson County area. Got severe thunderstorm warning down here also. Let's look at radar, make sure we're not missing anything. If you're watching us in Jonesboro, yes, we have some storms out there. These are not severe at the moment, but we're watching and we hear the thunder. We know anxiety is high right now. We're going to stay focused on the ones that have the greatest threat. Looking at the wind within these storms, I see nothing through here that warrants any kind of concern for a tornado just yet. We're watching it, though. I've been saying this. Do not let your guard down, though. These storms can change quickly. The rotation that we're worried about right now is coming into the Wynne area.
Still very strong rotation in southern parts of Cross County. This is fixing across Highway 193 near Ellis Chapel. If you know anybody if you know what Ellis Chapel is, if that means something to you, please take cover right now. This will go down Highway 284 and come into the west sides of Wynne. Downtown Wynne, down the old Highway 64.
Yes,
let's take that.
That appears to be
Go full size. Go full size.
B. We're on the.
All right, so here's what you're looking at here. Jace is saying that there is a tornado on the ground here, southwest of Little Rock. Looks like he's in bad cell phone service right now, so we can't hear him too well.
Can you hear me?
Jace, you're going in and out.
Yep, tornado on the ground.
Okay, Wynne, this is the tornado that's coming in. You have about another 6 or 7 minutes to take cover. There it is. I see it.
And while we're not seeing it pick up on the debris tracker, just look at how flat and there's nothing really out there. That's good news. It's not hitting any structures or anything that we can see.
Right.
But it's not being able to loft something into the air.
Oh, we got debris signature now. All right, go ahead and tweet all that out and put it on all socials if you don't mind. Make sure everybody in Wynne knows what's going on, that we're on air right now for this also. All right, so we're getting a debris signature. Jace, is this rain wrapped now?
Yeah, it is. This was rain wrapped. I went in and out of cell service, but I did.
All right, Jace, just keep driving. You're going in and out, but we're going to stick with your feed. We're going to stick with your feed. Tell you what, guys, in the back, let's come back to radar, and I'm just going to trust you on when you go back and forth between me and that image. Tornado was on the ground. Jace is on 306, I believe. Was he still on 306? Could you tell?
I think so.
All right, I think he was on 306 looking over here. So this tornado was on the ground. It's crossing over 350, 193. Here is Wynne right here. We need everybody in Wynne to have as many walls in between you and the outside that you possibly can. We need you to get as low as you possibly can. When I go and speak to the schools, I tell kids, get as low as you possibly can and cover up your head, because you would much rather hurt these arms by covering up your head than hurting your head. That's why we do that. That's why we did it when we were in school. That's why we do it when we're adults also. If the kids have helmets, talk about bicycle helmets, talking about football helmets, softball, baseball, something like that, put them on. put shoes on. In the unfortunate case that you are hit, you're going to want your shoes when you come in. My goodness, that is starting to look worse.
And that is coming. You have a couple of minutes. If you're not in your safe place now in Wynne, you need to be there now. If you know anybody that's over at the Village Creek State Park, call them now. This is coming into Wynne, and this could come across the state park. And this will go through those neighborhoods and those areas along Crowley's Ridge. So unfortunately, as this moves into Wynne, if it's still on the ground, we're going to get a definite tornado debris signature just from the houses and also from
there it is.
From the trees that are out there as you get close to Crowley's Ridge.
Jace, what are you seeing right now? All right, we do not have Jace's audio right now. Could you see anything? Let's go back to that for just a second. See the lowering there. It's the last few images that we saw, it looks like it was going to get rain drought. Let's go back to radar. Let me show you something. So the rotation is right here. If you look at the debris signature, it's not as good as what it was just a minute ago, because I doubt that is it right here. I doubt that. It had a debris signature. Maybe it's pulled back up.
And
that'd be awesome if it pulled up.
That would be awesome as it comes into Wynne, but if not, if it's over some wind, if it's over some fields, then this is not going to pick up anything till it comes into Wynne. We have a serious situation, a new tornado warning, a new considerable tag now in effect through Wynne, through Parkin, and now into Earl. So this is now in effect for everybody that lives along Highway 64 from Wynne over to Earl and up into almost to Turl. So this is coming into Crittenden County here before too long. But the area we're looking at is now coming into Wynne. If you hear me, I keep saying the city of Wynne. Wynne, Wynne. Get into your tornado safe spot now.
Yeah, Jace, what are you seeing?
Mic check.
Yeah, Jace, we can hear you.
I'm seeing a lot of law enforcement going. I see a lot of law enforcement traveling down this road. I noticed there was some, mainly from the inflow. I pulled over briefly to kind of get bearings. It's still not on the ground, or not that I can see. I can't really see it.
Yeah, it looks like it lost its debris signature.
I'm about to turn. I'm in Colton. I'm about to turn north to head towards Wynne.
The rotation is still
Wynne,
strong.
If you're watching, right into Wynne, make sure you're in your safe spot if you're in Wynne.
All right, so Jace's signal will hopefully get, there it is. All right, Wynne, there is still strong rotation just to your southwest.
And there may be some, that first rotation may have weakened, but a little bit, that's coming into downtown Wynne now. But there's another area that's just to the west of Highway 284 that's tightening up near McElroy. That first area now is coming into Wynne. I think that's the original area of rotation that's now in Wynne. But that new area is back off to the west, and it looks a little bit stronger. This area that's near McElroy.
Right there.
This is going to be on long highway. I want to get you the right highway, 284. Cross County Road 640, and we start getting in to actual streets of Wynne, Bowden Street, Martin Drive. There's Cross County Road 646, Forrest Mitchell Road. If any of this is ringing a bell to you, County Road 628, 629, 637. You need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. There's possibly a tornado moving in. If not right now, that tornado is probably forming. Sounds like the tornado sirens are going off in Colt. But right now, this is no longer a threat for the city of Colt. This is now completely in Cross County, and this is a dangerous situation for the city of Wynne. That's going to be our biggest population center in Cross County, where a lot of people watch us. We have a lot of friends down in Wynne. We need to make sure that you are in your tornado safe spot now. You have no more time if you live in Wynne. This storm is on top of you coming into town now. If not with that first area of rotation, that second area of rotation that's coming into the west sides of Wynne. So Please be in your tornado safe spot right now if you live in Wynne.
Hey, Jace. Jace, we're
Yes,
getting
sir.
a debris signature west of Wynne. Are you on Highway 1 now?
I am. I'm about 6 miles south of Wynne. And I just went through Colt, sirens blaring. Sirens should be going off in Wynne, Parkin, and Earl as well. So take this very seriously. This was a confirmed tornado on the ground. I don't have visual on it just yet, but hopefully I'm able to get visual here in the next couple minutes.
All right, let's go back to radar. I'm pretty sure we have a tornado on the ground just west of Wynne. So let's see here. Let me lower this down here. We're getting some heavy rain here at the station right now also.
And while you look at that storm, I'll look at storms back through KAIT8 County. We're just want to make sure that we're not missing anything up here. And right now it's just heavy rain here in KAIT8 County and Jonesboro. Nothing's too serious at the moment, but we're keeping an eye on them.
I think we have a tornado right here, right through the western parts.
Go back to CC, and there may be one right there at McElroy too.
Look at this. Yeah.
There may be 2 tornadoes coming into Wynne.
Goodness gracious. Visual, go ahead.
This is an observed tornado, considerable tornado in Wynne, large and extremely dangerous tornado in Wynne. If you
I'm
are
coming into
in Wynne,
Jace,
take
what are you
cover
saying?
now.
What you got, Jace?
I am coming into Wynne right now. We should be able to see something right when I make this bend right here.
Okay.
I would almost say once you make
it's
that
wrapped-
bend, it's
Is that it right there, Jace?
Whatever it is it's wrapped in rain.
that may be the tornado.
I think it is. Stay with this image, okay? And
This is the south sides of Wynne right now. This is where we're coming into the south side of Wynne.
careful.
And we're looking north back into town. And it looks like we have that. They're saying a large and extremely dangerous tornado
I
in
think
Wynne.
that's it. I think that's going to be it right now.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see the edge of it. I can see the left edge. I can see the left edge of it. I'm going to stay with this.
Let's stay on this image.
From Wynne to Parkin.
Jace is on Highway 1, south of Wynne, looking straight toward Wynne.
And I am really afraid that the downtown Wynne just took a hit. That would have went right through
And
downtown
with these storms, with these tornadoes, the environment today, these are moving quickly off to they're moving 60 to 65 miles an hour. So if you're in Parkin, Earl, you got to be in your safe spot. This is going to be on you quick.
We're getting a debris ball in Wynne now. We're getting what's called CC drop,
I'm coming into the south side of Wynne.
or debris being thrown into the air.
Yeah, Jace, it looks like Wynne might have just taken the hit. We are getting some debris coming right after, and now it's moved to the east.
We're getting reports. This is in the chat that Wynne police are reporting a large tornado in town touched down, causing significant damage in Wynne.
Okay, Jace, keep going. We're going to stay with
All
it
right,
here.
Look at these clouds just whipping by. You can see the left edge of this as I come into I'm in the south side of Wynne right now. I'm coming into Wynne.
You're going to probably run into
I'm
some
in
major
Wynne.
damage in downtown, and we may start losing cell service from him if there's that much damage in Wynne.
Okay, I just want to say also, we're not forgetting about anyone else. I know it's storming in Jonesboro. I know it is storming in Jonesboro. You do not have a tornado threat. You have heavy rain. You have gusty winds. You have some lightning. You've got that in Paragould also. I know that you've got that. We are more or less kind of like a triage and an ER. We're on the worst part of it right now. You do not have any severe thunderstorm warnings in Jonesboro, KAIT8 County, or Greene County. We have a tornado warning, and it looks like Wynne just took a direct hit from a tornado.
And there's some bad news here. We're looking back now off into southern White County. A new tornado warning was just issued for southern White County, and this storm, if it stays on its path, this goes right into Wynne.
So, Jace, before I lose connection with you, I want you to know, before you lose data or anything, if you lose anything, about 90 minutes to the southwest is another storm that rescuers are going to have to deal with when they're coming in there. Once again, you see radar there. That radar is showing you the hook echo that just now went through Wynne. That is a debris ball just to the east of Wynne.
So yeah,
we can.
There's the debris. That's
do you
structures
guys still have
and
my
Wynne.
shot?
I do, Jace. You're coming in clear. We still hear you. Yes.
Okay, I'm in Wynne, power's out, but you can still see the left edge of what would be an elevated wall cloud at least, possibly a tornado under it. I don't have visual on the tornado, but I do see the left edge of the area of rotation. As I'm coming into Wynne right now, I'm going to turn right.
Now let's make sure, remember, whenever power's out in Wynne, there's debris on the ground, that we got some tree debris. Treat every one of these stoplights like stop signs, four-way stops. Let's not blow through stop signs today. If you're in Wynne, we have some debris in town.
All right, let's do this for just a
hospital.
second. Guys, let's go off of his shot for just a minute, and we're going to come right back to it. I don't want to forget about other people here. This is on the ground still, so this is the tornado right here now. It's near County Road 381. It's coming up to Highway 163, and it's going to be coming into the Princedale area.
It's over the ridge right now. If you live in Parkin, you are next. This is going to come right down Highway 64 into Parkin.
So you see the hook on it right through here. Let's put a storm track on it. What'd you say it's moving?
60 miles per hour.
60 miles per hour. I just don't want to forget anybody else. We're gonna keep you updated on the damage, but we also have a job to do here. It's not gonna go all the way out there. Let's go 53 miles. It's gonna be give or take 5 minutes into Parkin, probably about 5 minutes sooner than that. Probably 4:55 into Parkin, 5:08 Earl, 5:23 Turl, and then it's gonna be going into Joyner.
This will be, we have a large confirmed tornado that's over Crowley's Ridge right now. It just on the east sides of Wynne. They're on Highway 49.
All right, let's go. Let's go back to Jace. Jace, what do you got?
Yeah, we got damage in Wynne. I'm not sure how major. I took this option that is now blocked by a large tree. You can see there. I'm gonna have to go around here. There's pieces of sheet metal laying in the road, like large pieces of sheet metal, but none of these houses are made of sheet or made of sheet metal.
Yeah.
So
maybe
I'm
hit a
go
farm
back
shed west of there.
Town.
We're getting
possibly. I'm going to go back into town.
It
Okay.
looks like the tornado is on Highway 64 now, on the ridge, on the west sides of Wynne. Still, numerous reports of a tornado still on the ground. We have debris in the air near the Lebec community. That's right there on Highway 163 and Highway 64. Next will be Princedale, and then then
damage
Parkin.
to a house. We got a damage to a home here.
Okay.
This is where.
Sorry to hear this. It's the kind of stuff that we feared. There's Polite. Okay. Yeah.
What happened?
All right. Hey, let's go back to radar now,
I did
and
see that.
let's go back to
My
radar, and you can see that this is still just to the east of Wynne, moving up Highway 64, and there's the rotation moving up Highway 64. It has exited the Wynne area now. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. This is going to be coming into Parkin next. Parkin, we need you in your safe spot. It's going to be, what, 6 minutes maybe?
If that, it's and the debris is getting bigger. This tornado looks like it's
There's
maybe
the
getting
debris.
larger. Just zooming in, I want to give you some streets here. I want to give
Let's
you.
go back over to
Let's go to
Castleberry for a minute.
Cross County Road 732, Arkansas State Highway 163, the Lebec community, Highway 64. This is going to get close to the St. Francis River. The St. Francis River Levee Road runs out here. That's next. It's going to cross the St. Francis River and move towards the Princedale community. So along Highway 64 and Cross County Road 451, South Bend Road. And then you cross over towards the McDonald community, County Road 403, and then into Parkin. This is Going to be in parking within the next 5 to 7 minutes. This storm is moving pretty fast. A large tornado on the ground moving towards the northeast at 50 miles per hour. Down the line, if you live in Earl, if you live in Turl, you need to start thinking about your tornado safe spots now, because this storm will head further into Crittenden County. Not a lot of people watch this up here, but I want to make sure anybody who does, if you live in Parkin, there in Cross County, Earl, Turl, north of Crawfordsville, and this should stay north of Marion as it moves off towards the east at about 50 miles per hour.
You know, the debris signature that we had from that just now was 7,000 to 9,000 feet. That would correlate to about an EF2 tornado.
And that's significant. That's a very significant tornado. Probably a lot of damage right now in Wynne, and
that's still a debris signature right there.
Very strong debris signature. And just to keep everybody, just keep this in the back of your mind, we're going to watch another storm that's on the white Lonoke County line that has a tornado warning on it that looks like it's going to track probably in the same general area across Woodruff County back into Cross County within the next hour and a half.
Hold on just a second. I'm talking to some first responders down there also right now. Stand by.
Right now, I'm just looking off towards the west. The storms in Stone County, they're behaving. We just got a lot of rain and lightning here in Paragould, Jonesboro, back to Lake City. We have that tornado warned storm south of Searcy. We have the confirmed tornado, a large tornado though, in Cross County, crossing over part of the St. Francis River area, more the floodway area as it gets closer to what is the meandering St. Francis River there through Parkin. This is coming into Parkin in the next couple of minutes. If you are in Parkin, if you live between Wynne and Parkin there on Highway 64, you have to be in your tornado safe spot right now.
All right, so I'm talking to some of the first responders behind the scenes here, trying to get some idea of what just happened down in Wynne. You know, we're in this part of coverage now where we're really wanting to check on everybody in Wynne, and we're going to continue to check back with Wynne. But we have a tornado on the ground still right now on Highway 64. So we're balancing checking on people in Wynne, because I know people all across Region 8 have family and friends in Wynne, and we're going to continue to check on that. But we also have to warn people. So here's the tornado right here. It's coming down Highway 64. It's coming to Parkin, and here's Earl. So we've got to stay with this also while kind of bouncing back and forth. I know there will be some people that say, you need to cover the damage. We need to know what's happening in Wynne. And you'll have other people that say, well, you need to give us a warning on what's going on. So we're going to balance that. So just bear with us on that. That's a tough balance to do. So we're checking with Wynne. We're going to go back to meteorologist Jace Passmore here in just a second as he evaluates what happened. And then here's the debris signature right here. We need everyone in Parkin, everyone in Earl to be in your tornado safe spot. You have minutes. Less than probably 10 minutes on these right now. Let's see, Jace, are you? Where are you at right now? Where are you going?
You can see the tornado just to my right there. It just crossed the road, uprooted a huge tree, so I'm not going to be able to keep up with it. But you can see where it crossed the road.
What road are you on right
down
there?
Power lines. I'm on Highway 64. I'm on Highway 64.
Can you get by that?
I'm not going to be able to get through here. I can't, no. Power lines are down here, so yeah, we can't get around this. This is a huge tree uprooted.
Okay, so let's do this.
Tornado's still off to my right.
All right, can you
go up? Can you go back to Highway 1? Because I think you're on 64 right there through the center of town. Can you go back to Highway 1 and go north, or is that road blocked? I've seen some pictures there.
Hey, hold on one second. Jace, is someone running across the railroad tracks just there? What was that?
Where?
It looked like someone just ran across the railroad tracks. I didn't know if there was some kind of emergency going on over there.
I didn't see anyone run across the tracks. There are a lot of people here. It seems like there's a huge traffic jam behind me, so I can't really go anywhere.
Can you go around like that truck did, or probably not? Not a good idea?
No, they're going to get blocked in by that power line that's been knocked down.
Oh, okay. Here, let's do this, Jace. Turn around. Let's go check on the damage in Wynne, and then we're going to wait on that next storm to come in. Because this one's going to move across the river here shortly anyways, and there's another storm back to the west that we need to watch. So we'll come back to Jace here in just a minute. Let's go back to the radar here. There's the tornado.
That's over the
Now, he said it crossed
community.
over, though.
I think he's on, because Highway 64 runs through there. That's not two-lane road. I think he's on the Business 64 that's out of downtown Wynne and kind of goes back up and meets 64.
Gotcha. All right, so there's the tornado. It's in Princeville. It looks like it's, oh, so you're talking about this road right here?
Yeah,
Maybe?
Just a little bit towards that Levette community, that kind of the
Gotcha.
road kind of twists back down, and that's Business 64 that goes back into downtown.
Gotcha. So are we off the ridge here now?
Yes, we should be off the ridge.
Okay. So here's the tornado. It's coming towards Parkin. It's going to be really close to Parkin here within the next few minutes. Let's see if we still have debris. There it is, still right there. So this is still on the ground. It's it might pass north of Parkin, but we need everybody in Parkin, everybody in Earl, everybody in, is that Coldwater up here?
Coldwater should stay north.
Okay. All right.
Twist and Coldwater should stay. That's Kolar there in Crittenden
Okay.
County.
All right.
You know, this is Earl. A few years ago, almost, it had to be. I was in high school. They were hit by a tornado in 2008.
Yeah. Remember that when we watched it live also.
So everybody in Earl, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. They were just hit by a storm not too terribly long ago either, in the Earl area. This storm is going to come real close. If you're in Earl in Parkin, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now.
Boy, radar is messy looking right now. Looks like it's right around the McDonald community, and then moving almost straight down Highway 64. All right, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to reset for a minute. I'm going to widen out, and you can see that is that magenta color means it's a confirmed tornado. We got another tornado warning southern parts of White County. That will be coming into Woodruff County. We have rescue efforts taking place in Wynne right now, and this is not going to make things easy. We've got more storms back to the west, back here through parts of Izard County and Stone County that will have to be watched, and a few storms trying to get going again in some areas northwest of Little Rock. So we're not going to get the all clear here for a couple more hours, but so far these storms are behaving. We got a severe thunderstorm warning right now in Howell County. Our storm, you know, I said this earlier, but we've got storms going through parts of Greene County, parts of Craighead County. We'll zoom in here and you can see that we've got storms through Clay County, Rector. I know you're getting thunder and lightning through here right now, down into Paragould, over into Lake City. It's rain, but nothing is severe. The biggest storm right now has gone through Wynne, and it's going into Parkin and into Earl. I know Diana Davis is sitting at the desk right now, and Diana, have you guys had any reports coming in out of Wynne?
Actually, Chris is going right now to check with the police chief, and so he's making those calls right now while I'm on the desk here with you. So we should know something momentarily.
Okay. Once again, meteorologist Jace Passmore is down there in Wynne. Also, Jace, are you heading back into Wynne now? What is your status? Okay, looks like his signal might have frozen up a bit. All right, so we'll come back to him in just a minute.
I've seen some pictures out of Wynne, downtown Wynne. Looks like there's major damage in downtown Wynne right now. A lot of roads are blocked there, especially on Highway 1 and in the downtown area around the high school. I haven't seen any reports of any injuries right now, but I'm just looking at Twitter feeds right now. I've seen damage there in Wynne, right there on Highway 1. I'm trying to make out what some of these buildings are. I'm going back to the maps and trying to figure out what some of these buildings are, but rescue efforts are ongoing, most likely in the city of Wynne. Probably in Parkin now.
I might come back to you in a minute if we can get. Oh, I see. I tell you what, I'm retweeting a picture right now. If you could, or video, if you could put that on also. It is a video of the tornado. So we'll check that out also. I had not gone over here and checked everything.
You turn this volume down just in case.
Yeah, good call. All right. All right, we're gonna go. Let's check in here on what we've got going on the latest status on this storm. So we'll zoom in. Still have, boy, it's a messy looking radar image right now. That might be the tornado. It's passed through. Yeah, it looks like it's just passed north of Parkin. Wouldn't you say that's still the
I think
debris
so,
signature?
and if that's the case, if it went on the north side of the Parkin, that would be the better news.
I would count that as better than going right in the middle. I know you're looking at this and you're seeing all this blue through here, and you're wondering, okay, why are you looking at this little part right here, and you're not looking at all this blue through here? Not all of this. I know it says that's why we put the word possible up here, because this a lot of times isn't the debris. This has to match up. See where it is? Watch where my hand is right there. Look at the wind. If you look at the wind, that's where the rotation is. So they have to go right on top of each other. So all this that you saw was blue, not necessarily debris from a tornado. So there's the spot right there. And if you click here, that matches up with that drop right there. It also will match up, if we click on radar, it will also match up with high reflectivity or high the reds on radar. So it all matches up. Notice where all that blue was through here, and notice there's nothing even there. So that's why it's kind of like looking at an x-ray. Not everything is what it appears. That right there is the tornado still on the ground. It's moving right along Highway 184.
If you live on the north sides of Earl, north of Earl, north of Highway 64, you need to be in your tornado safe spot along Crittenden County Road 150. Highway 149, that takes you up from Earl back up to Mark Tree. The Kolar community, Yellowstone Road, looks like Crittenden County 36. That's along Cross County 425, State Highway 134. Kolar, north sides of Earl, you need to be in your tornado safe spots right now. It's still a tornado on the ground, fixing to move out of Cross County into Crittenden County.
So this is it. Now keep in mind, this is a radar image. This is the tornado right here. It's going to be going along this path. Now this is a radar image. It could be about 90 seconds old. If you're watching us on Hulu or you're watching us on a Roku stick or some kind of streaming device, a lot of times that's 90 seconds old. So this tornado, when you factor in the radar scan and you factor in you're on some sort of streaming service, that tornado might be right here right now. So keep that in mind whenever you're watching us. If you're watching us on YouTube TV or some kind of streaming service, you're not on antenna, there could be a delay, and that's why we put the clock up here at the top of your screen. So this says 5:06. So if you look down at your watch right now, and this says 5:06, and your watch says 5:07, 5:08, 5:09, just know that you're delayed back a little bit. So
the Weather Service, I guess, is asking Arkansas State Police to stop traffic on I-55. As this storm gets closer. This is going to come close to the I-55, 555 interchange there around Turl.
You know what?
As this moves to the north. And there's probably a lot of people driving from Memphis back into Region 8, or maybe have people that may be leaving Jonesboro and Mark Tree heading towards Memphis this evening. And this storm's going to get
tornado.
close.
So they're going to cross. They're going to try to close. There's the tornado right there. That's it. So what they're trying to do. Here's 555. Here's 55. So they're gonna try to close this off.
That's what the Weather Service has just asked for traffic to be stopped on I-55.
Not a bad idea. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. I'm sure it's been done before, but here's the I-555, 55. They're probably going to shut it off right about there, and probably shut it off right about there, and they're going to let this thing go through.
And that would be smart, because I know we probably have a lot of Region 8 people who may have been working today in Memphis or in West Memphis trying to head home, or people that may have plans this evening down in Memphis driving down from Jonesboro or Mark Tree or Blytheville on 55. And we do not need anybody on 55 really from the Mississippi-Crittenden County line, the Poinsett-Crittenden County line all the way to West Memphis. Just let this storm pass, and then you can finish your travels down to Memphis or back to Jonesboro. Look, meteorologist Jace Passmore in Wynne right now with some major damage.
All right, so we can't talk to him right now, but let's just keep the audio down. We'll just kind of look at the damage. A lot of tree damage coming through. I've seen some pictures already coming out of Wynne, and I've seen some pretty damaged buildings already.
And if you do not have to be out on the streets in Wynne right now, please stay home. Do not go to Wynne right now, because a lot of people look like they're trying to get out and trying to see the damage in Wynne, and roads look like they are getting congested there. The West Memphis PIO and Crittenden County, they're working to shut down 55 right now. The Crittenden County Sheriff's Office, is sending troopers, deputies up to stop traffic between Clarkdale, that's just exit 17, and the Crittenden, Mississippi County line. That's exit 226, just south of Frenchman's Bayou. So they're working to shut.
If you look, there's state police right there.
And that looks like that may be one of that may be a state highway right there. That may be Highway 64, 64B, that takes you back to Highway 1. That's in a part of town. A few years ago, I was down there for a wind event that had some damage, and that's an older part of Wynne. A lot of older homes, big homes are down there.
All right, I'm checking to see what all we have here also. I would assume here in a minute, someone running down through here. I'm assuming in a minute we're probably going to see more on the other side of this. Got a guy walking through right now.
A lot of traffic in Wynne, and we need to make sure people stay at home, because there may be some people that may need some rescuing or may be trapped in a home that they need emergency crews. Not onlookers right now in Wynne. It looks like there to be a lot of onlookers driving around town.
So here you go. It looks like he's going to get. Tell you what, here's what happens a lot of times in these events. Also, is that we lose service, and we lose cell phone service, and then people can't get in touch with family. And so, tell you what, real fast, let's go back to radar. There we go. Nice split screen there. I appreciate that.
We still have that tornado debris signature on the north side of Wynne, or north side of Earl.
Yeah.
Chris just handed me a note saying that Poinsett County Sheriff Kevin Mulder is sending 2 deputies down to Cross County to help with searches down in Wynne.
All right. It's one thing about Region 8. Everybody comes together when in need. So, yeah, there's the debris signature right there. If you can see that on radar, that is passing just to the north of Earl. They are going to, if you missed what we were saying, they're going to shut down the interstate somewhere through here and let this tornado pass through.
So we got.
Do we have any RDOT cameras down there?
I mean, look, we know that they're going to try to shut down the interstate from Clarkdale to the Crittenden, Mississippi County line.
Good call.
That's Turl. That's the Turl exit right there. The Turl and the I-555 split.
So that's going to be right through here. Is that the debris signature right there? I believe so. So it's going to come right through here. All right, let's go back to, do we still not have Jace's audio? Okay, so we're coming out on the bridge right there. No audio from Jace. Okay. All right, he's kind of stuck in traffic there right now. All right, I'm sending over some pictures. I'm going to go to you here in just a minute and show you some of the pictures that I'm retweeting right now. Let's go to radar real fast, full screen. We'll wait on Jace to come back, and we will kind of refocus on everything that's happening, because I know that a lot of people, let's go back out to, boy, there's a lot of lightning with that storm too. Just kind of give you a recap of everything. We've got storms right now going through Greene County, Dunklin County, and Clay County. These aren't severe. They've got a lot of lightning. They've got some heavy rain with them. If you look at the winds here, I'm not seeing anything here that is too concerning. Maybe some weak rotation right there. Not overly concerned about it. We'll watch it though. Zoom back out. And we've got a severe thunderstorm warning that went for Howell County, Clipping, Oregon County. About to go to the north there. That will be moving out of here. We've got some thunderstorms in Stone and Izard County. Right now, not severe. We'll have to watch them. The atmosphere is still very unstable through there. So we'll have to watch and see if those, what typically happens are these storms right here are kind of robbing all of the energy of this storm. we don't need any more storms, so hopefully that one. But we'll have to watch this storm coming through, because if you notice, we got a lot of rescue efforts going on over here in Wynne.
And this storm,
thunderstorm.
that storm in White County kind of did this whenever it's moving out of Prairie County. The original storm was moving out of Prairie County. It wrapped up and it kind of fizzled out. Looks like it's trying to fizzle just a tad. There's not a lot of rotation with that storm in White County, but as it continued into Woodruff County, it tightened back up. It went kind of through cycles. It would tighten up and lose its rotation, tighten up and lose its rotation, and tighten up, and that storm finally produced that tornado near Wynne. And this storm could very well do that same thing, kind of tighten up and lose some of its energy, and then tighten back up and cycle through and drop a tornado. And hopefully it doesn't. But folks in Wynne, that storm back there just does not look nice.
No, it's still hooking right through here. Once again, if you're just now joining us, here's Interstate 555. This is where, if you're coming back from Memphis, you take the big turn all the way around to 555. There's a gas station there on the east side. That tornado is just down to the southwest here. State police are going to close down the interstate from here to here and let this thing pass on by. Let's look at the wind within this storm now. It's still a healthy storm.
And I don't know if anybody's going to be able to get traffic shut down. I'm looking at the Turl exit 2021 on the RDOT camera, and there's still a lot of traffic. A lot of people on I-55 right now traveling north and south on the interstate. It may just be moving too fast before anybody can. You can see that.
That's it. Okay, yeah.
This is I-55. That's the turnoff to go back to Jonesboro or up to Blytheville. A lot of traffic still out there, and this storm is getting really close to I-55 and I-555. So they may not have enough time to get down there and shut off traffic.
Well, we saw state police over there in Wynne, so I'm sure they all went to where the tornado hit, and it's going to be hard to shut it down.
I know there were some Crittenden County deputies and West Memphis police were trying to get up there, but if they were down in West Memphis, that storm's moving faster than cars are probably moving it on 55 at times.
Let's keep watching that. Not right now, but keep watching that in the background. Do you have some of the damage? We'll come back to you here in a minute. Well, you can just go through there and kind of get an idea of.
So I want to show this video. This is video of, you can just see the storm wrapping around. This is as it was coming into Wynne. That tornado obscured back into that rain shaft, and you can see the rotation in that storm, the violent rotation as that storm was moving across the fields there as it was moving through Wynne. A lot of rotation, and that caused a lot of damage. And come back to me in just a second. I'll see if I can find some of these damage photos over in Wynne.
Boy, I tell you, that thing still has a hook on it. All right, there's Jace right now. Do we have Jace's audio yet? Oh, no Jace audio.
It looks like he's heading south on Highway 1, because over on the side there, that was Cross Ridge Hospital, and that's on the south sides of Wynne.
Let's go back to radar for just a second. I'm going to go, that might still be, let's see, down here. Boy, it's still a hook right there. See it hooking right through here. Inflow comes around, so the rotation should be right here. It's going to cross. So that camera we were looking at is actually up here. Right there. No, yeah, that was right here.
Yeah, that
was just to the south of Turl, looking north though. Boy, it's going to come really close to that camera.
Here is the camera from Clarkdale.
Let's go over here. There they go. They're shutting it down there.
They're shutting down the interstate.
Let's go over to
that's
Castleberry.
looking. Let me make sure. This is looking north on I-55. So they're shutting the interstate down. They're at Clarkdale for cars that are going south, or that's cars going north. All that black sky.
Goodness
if you look,
gracious.
you can see that lowering there in the background. Still a lot of cars coming down from the north. But it looks like they have shut down I-55 there at Clarkdale, going back up towards Blytheville. So the traffic is being stopped as this storm is getting dangerously close to I-55 as it moves through northern parts of Crittenden County. You can see the wind shaking that camera there. There's probably some good inflow winds going in, but there are people who look like they're getting off the interstate there who are going north there on that service road.
Yeah, cops are not going to like that.
But just look how black the sky is. That's that storm. As we look north from Clarkdale, that's just a couple of miles south of Turl on I-55. That storm's still on the west sides of I-55. But traffic is continuing to move. Let me switch cameras and see if I can. There's a camera that's at Joyner. But this is the.
I have to think that that's such a smart move of shutting the traffic down, because if you remember the tornado down by Valonia many, many years ago, all of those people on the interstate were caught off guard.
And that's kind of what happened over in Little Rock earlier this afternoon. There was a lot of cars that were on 440, 430, I-40, 67, 167. But I don't see too many more cars right now on 55 going south.
I don't see why the southbound lanes are still going though. Oh, did you say they're stopped? Where are you at now?
There's not as many cars coming down, so I'm trying to look over towards the side, but we're starting to get into that heavy rain. It may have just been trying to get a deputy all the way from Marion up
I'm
there.
still looking at Clark. We'll go to Jason just a minute, not right now. I'm going to watch. Let's go back to that Clarkdale camera. I'm watching them stop right now. Everybody is stopping for that tornado. You can see the sky getting dark there. Let's go full screen on that. There you go. Sky's getting dark there. Wind's kicking up. Police have stopped traffic right there. People are getting out of their cars on the service road right now also. If that tornado is still there, it's going to cross right there at the top of your screen. I still don't know why cars are coming down.
My only explanation is that they couldn't get it shut off where they wanted it to get shut off, and they didn't want to stop people right there at Turl where that tornado could be coming across. If there's a tornado on the ground, it's probably 2 miles from I-55. That would put it about 3 miles from Turl.
Okay. We're going to stay with this for just a minute. Once again, if you're just now joining us, tornado has hit Wynne. Wynne has had substantial damage. Just looking at radar, we could see the debris signature. It was lofting the debris 7,000 or 9,000 feet up. That correlates. Let's go back to the, guys, let's go back to the, I want to go back to the weather camera. There you go. Let's stay with this just in case we see the tornado there at the top of the screen. What you're looking at here is Interstate 55. Police have shut down the northbound lanes. They're hopefully going to shut down the southbound lanes, and they're allowing this tornado to cross 55 without traffic going across it. You can see people getting out of their cars, probably just watching to see. These people are safe, so don't worry about them. They're not in the path. It's going to cross at the top of the screen there if it does.
That rotation is over I-55 right now, right there at 55 and Highway 42. That's going to be that first Turl exit as you're coming down I-55 before you get to the 55-555 split. So
hopefully we don't see a car accident from everybody stopping. I'm a little worried about that. Hopefully state police has blue lights way up there. If you know anybody on 55, call them, tell them to slow down, be aware of the situation that's going on right now. I'm getting reports that the high school at Wynne is damaged. This is unconfirmed news, if y'all know anything more about this, but that the high school has some damage, the Methodist church, the Baptist church there.
I don't know if we have anybody headed to Wynne, but we probably need to get a crew or two headed to Wynne.
And once again, I want to say I don't have this confirmed, but it would not shock me at all. I am getting a report from a friend that there are some injuries down there. One second. All right, so let's go back to radar. We'll continue to watch that. Looks like they have shut down 55, at least northbound, and that is crossing the interstate. It's crossed now.
It's crossed I-55, and
so they could probably open that back up if they're listening.
There's going to be a new tornado warning that comes out for a small slither of Mississippi County This is going to be well south of Osceola and Blytheville. This is going to be more over the open farmland in the river bottoms as it crosses out of Crittenden County and eventually cross over into northern parts of Shelby County, Tennessee, and
I tell you,
back
now
over
that that's
Tipton
crossed
County.
over 55, I would consider that outside of Region 8.
Looking back down to the south to that storm back in White County, it's severe thunderstorm warned. It's not as good. It doesn't look fantastic, but there is a little bit of rotation in it.
Oh yeah, down here.
So it's something that we have to watch as it moves out of White County into Woodruff County. But that
It's
is
something you brought up just a little bit ago. The last storm that came through
it
did the same
did
thing.
the same thing.
Tornado warned, weakened, went back tornado warned. So
and it went through a cycle. It would tighten up and it would lose its circulation. Next time it cycled, it got a little bit stronger, and it just kept getting stronger and stronger until it put down what looks like a significant tornado that went through the middle of Wynne.
do we have Jace now? I'm going to widen this out. We still have some storms through the Boot Hill. These aren't severe. Got some rain over in Izard County. Did you say we do have Jace? All right, let's go to Jace. Do we have his audio yet? All right, Jace,
Hey,
what
can
have
you hear
you
me?
seen so far? We're getting a lot of reports, but they're just unconfirmed.
Well, when I was driving through Wynne, I saw a lot of trees down. I also tried to get into downtown Wynne. They had that shut off. I was not able to make any phone calls. All the phone lines were disconnected. So I came outside of Wynne. I'm about 5 miles outside of Wynne right now, or 2 or 3 miles outside of Wynne, just so I could make phone calls. A first responder said that if you don't have to be in Wynne, don't be.
Okay. Did
Clogging
they know
up the
another storm's
roads,
coming, Jace?
There was also, I did tell them, and so did a few other storm chasers, where they're also informing them that there is another potentially severe storm moving through.
All right. What's your game plan now? I know that storm is back there. I'm getting reports. I don't know if you saw any of this. They may not have let you through there, but I'm getting reports that there's been damage at the high school, and probably if it's the high school, somebody said the Methodist church and the Baptist church. I would think that would be Wynne Baptist. That's over there by the high school. Did you see any damage around the high school area?
I did not, but I also don't know my way around Wynne too much. I was on back roads, residential areas. Fortunately, I didn't see any damages to houses. I did see a tree laid over on this lady's house. She was okay. So I didn't see really much in the way of residential damage, at least from where I was. There was a lot of large trees and a lot of power lines down over the road.
Okay. All right, Jace, continue to keep us updated. Try to see what you can find out, and also get back to us.
We're getting reports of there is an overturned vehicle on I-55 at the 19-mile marker. So this storm has crossed 55. They're pretty sure that a tornado crossed over I-55 right there at Turl.
Jace, are you still there? Jace.
I am, yes.
Okay.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, let me tell you, the high school has been hit. The high school has been hit, and there are some homes with major damage over there. So I would head that direction, even if you have to go on foot.
Hey, if y'all wouldn't mind, come to me.
Let's go to
because
I'm headed back into Wynne.
Yeah, do that. Appreciate it, Jace.
This is a photo that meteorologist Zach Holder tweeted out from somebody that sent him a video in Wynne. This is a home in Wynne that's missing, that it's destroyed. You can see all of the debris there. The people who were inside this home, Zach says, took shelter in a bathtub, and they are okay. So that is good news there. We have major damage right now in Wynne, and let me get back over here. And we're working to get more information. We know that there's an overturned truck on I-55 that's over in Crittenden County. Let me zoom out and let's go ahead and take an overview of the area right now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that's down in parts of Woodruff County, moving out of White County. That did have a tornado warning on it a little bit ago. This is over Augusta right now. It's not looking fantastic, but this could cycle back up and become more of a threat as we continue. We have showers through Jackson County. We have this one storm over here in parts of Izard County. This is not severe, but heavy rain Melbourne down Highway 58 over towards Evening Shade. Could have a little bit of lightning and thunder with that. Not concerned at this time with that storm. We have showers and thunder showers through Greene County and Clay County as well. These are not severe. This is north of Paragould back towards Beach Grove, and then another storm over towards Rector up on Highway 49. That will continue back towards the east. We have another shower that's over Kennett. These are, like I said, these are not severe. Kennett to Braggadocia. I know a lot of people, you hear Braggadocia, you remember the December 10th tornado. That's not even severe, just a few lightning strikes there on Highway 412 there on Dunklin and the Pemiscot County line. The only storm that we have that is tornado warned is moving out of Crittenden County. It's right there, getting close to the Mississippi River. So here in the next little bit, this is getting over river bottoms here, crossing the Mississippi River. Still a very strong storm, seeing if it's still have a tornado debris signature right here. But you can see we are in just rural areas right over the river bottom. So this storm moving across the Mississippi River right now and moving outside of Region 8. We have major damage in Wynne. We're working to get more information on that. We know we've heard of some damage around Parkin as well, north sides of Parkin. This storm produced a tornado on the west sides of Wynne, and it has stayed on the ground through Cross County and through Crittenden County. It's getting ready to move out of Region 8. Thankfully, we have no other severe storm. New tornado warning, Ryan. Okay, this is for Izard County, this is for Sharp County, and Independence County for the storm south of Melbourne that we're talking about. It doesn't look impressive at all, but we have a new tornado warning for this storm. It's over Guyan. Near the Guyan community here on Highway, I believe that's where Guyan is, on Highway 58.
Yeah, that is.
It has crossed out of Stone County, right there on the White River, now moving into Izard County. This new tornado warning, let me get you the information on this. This does not include Melbourne, but if this holds together, this moves up towards Evening Shade.
I'm good.
So this is a tornado, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado that's near Coker, near by Guyan, moving towards the northeast at 55 miles per hour. Let's put a quick track on this, and then I'll send it back over to Ryan, but I want to make sure people in Evening Shade have enough time.
No, it's fine. Go ahead and go. I'm getting a lot of information.
So right now, if you're in Mount Pleasant, you have until 5:39. Sydney, 5:54. Evening Shade, 5:51. Jessup, 6:05. And Annieville, that's over in Lawrence County. This will move into your area by 6:15. So tornado warning in effect. Very small storm, but it's moving into an environment that is primed for severe weather and primed for possible tornadoes. This area of the state hasn't been worked over as much as other areas of the state, and if it's tapping into some better atmosphere here, it's not taking much for these storms to turn. So right now we're looking at an area that is near Guyan. Let me go ahead and take this off so we can get you some of these county roads that are down here. This is in rural areas of Izard County, but we have a lot of, like I said, it's Friday. We're starting to get into the springtime, and a lot of people camp and have activities up here into the mountains and across Region 8. So Guyan, Highway 58, Arkansas 58, County Road 179, that's Izard County Road 179, over towards Lafferty Road, Love Hollow. Let me zoom in a little bit more. County Road 177, County Road 176 in Izard County. You need to be in your tornado safe spot. Eventually this moves up towards Mount Pleasant. I think this stays to the south of Melbourne. But if you live in Sage, Stella, Mount Pleasant, up to Needmore, and eventually to Evening Shade in Sydney, you need to keep this storm in the back of your mind. This storm continues to come up through parts of Izard County. Technically, parts of Stone County is in this warning, and parts of Independence County is in this warning as well. This does not include Batesville. This is just to the north of Cushman, and this is outside of Batesville and Sulphur Rock, and at this time outside of Cave City. But this storm continues to show signs of rotation. It's in a part of the state that we still expect to see strong storms, and it's not going to take much for this storm to tighten up.
Goodness gracious. I'll tell you something else. The one that put down the tornado in Wynne has really gotten violent going over into Tennessee now. It is a nasty, nasty storm. So appreciate that, Aaron. A couple of things to pass along. Here's the problem. We've got a lot of damage and rescues going on in the Wynne area. I have confirmed that the high school has heavy damage. The Methodist Church there has some damage. Wynne Baptist has some damage. Houses there, just looking at the pictures, it probably have EF2 damage down there, if not EF3. Weather Service will have to go down there and survey it, but nasty, nasty damage in Wynne. And that storm now is coming into Tennessee, and it is a nasty storm. Now, this is outside of Region 8 now, but if you notice, look at that debris signature. That's probably the strongest debris signature that we have seen all day long. You see that right there. That high reflectivity where it looks like heavy rain, that's not heavy rain. Click on this. That is debris. That is a tornado that is on the ground. It just now left Arkansas. I guess officially it might go back over to Arkansas and then go into parts of Tennessee, but just a nasty, nasty storm there. But here's a problem that we're facing is that we still have more storms coming in, like this tornado warning storm, and there's a lot of these areas that have mutual aid with Wynne. They want to send people down here to help them out, but they also don't want to leave their own county. So I know for Greene County, the Greene County Rescue Squad is sending one of the trucks down, but keeping more people back here in case something happens because of what's going on here. And I'm sure there's numerous places that are like that. There's no good answer on that right now. Send some people down to help and then watch some of these other locations here. These storms are kind of moving off to the northeast. I don't think we'll see any more redevelopment. What do you think about that? I think what we have is what we have. They could strengthen and die out, but
I think once this back edge that's stretching from St. Louis now down through Izard County and Sharp County and back down I-30. I think behind that we're in the clear for the most part. That should be the cold front.
We just got to get this out of here. So let me give you another look at this storm. There's the rotation on it. What was it moving at?
55 miles per hour.
55 miles per hour to the northeast. Here's the storm track on that. That's going to have it into Mount Pleasant at 536, Evening Shade 548, Smithville 606 if it holds together, Raventon 613, and Black Rock at 618. Once again, I said this earlier, we're balancing, covering what we have now, and also trying to inform you on the damage and the injuries and things like that going on in Wynne. So we're going to take a 1-minute break, go over to news right now with Chris and Diana, and try to get an update on anything you guys know on what's happening in Wynne.
Ryan, I just got off the phone with Wynne's Police Chief Richard Dennis, who says that there is total destruction, and those are his words, total destruction throughout the town. He said that there are, quote, dozens of people trapped throughout the town, and he's asking for all the help that they can get in the town. He doesn't know about any injuries right now. He also told us that they need everybody who is not injured or in need of emergency services to stay where they are and for no one to try coming in and out of town. He's also asking for resources from nearby communities, and we know that Cross County is asking for that help, and Poinsett County is sending 2 deputies down to Cross County to help with that search as you're looking live at Wynne right now. So Cross County getting help from Poinsett County, but Poinsett County's Sheriff Kevin Mulder says he doesn't want to send too many resources down to Cross County because Ryan and Cass, as you guys both have been alluding to, more storms are coming.
More storms are coming, and that's what I was just talking with someone with Greene County Rescue Squad. They're sending a truck down, some guys down, but you can't send everyone because we're still dealing with this right now.
Ryan, I have a photo. This is Wynne High School right here.
Let's go to Cass for a minute.
This is back towards Yellow Jacket Stadium. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm looking back
See if you can zoom in.
at Wynne High School, and
I think you could scroll the mouse maybe and zoom in. Maybe not.
For those in the back, this has been retweeted by WMC, but this is look. Wynne High School.
Yeah, I saw that picture. I retweeted that also.
Wynne High School has taken a direct hit by this storm. That's Yellow Jacket Stadium there, and that's a building of Wynne High School over there on the campus of Wynne. So if we can pull that up in the Skype computer here in just a little bit and get a better view of that, we do have that damage there at Wynne High School.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is now. Is that their indoor facility? It's always hard to tell what you're looking at.
I think that's part of the high school. That may be the gym back. I'm not really sure. That's part of the high school because Yellow Jacket Stadium kind of sets on that corner there. Then you have the high school.
Now I know where you're looking at.
And then back down a little bit off the screen, that's where their practice facility is and everything. So that's that parking lot. There's that parking lot there in front of the school. That if you go to football games, that's where you park at football games.
There we go. All right, Jace, where are you at right now? What are we looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at multiple homes and businesses destroyed here in downtown Wynne. A lot of power lines down, but a lot of damage as well. As you can see, I'm going to get up here to this where I can park. But right here is the church I believe Ron was talking about.
I think that's
earlier.
The Methodist church.
And then this is just looking down towards Wynne, or towards, I think I'm looking south here.
Goodness gracious. Are those homes to the left right there?
Parking lot.
I'm trying to orient myself.
They are, yes.
I'm trying to orient myself on where you are right now. So is Highway 1 in front of you? Is that Highway 1 down there?
I believe so. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Goodness gracious, those homes there.
This is a residential.
I know exactly where you're at right there.
And while you're talking, I just want to make sure that people in evening shade, you're taking your tornado precautions right now. You're not under a tornado warning, but this storm it's closer to Mount Pleasant now. If you're in Mount Pleasant, you need to be in your tornado safe spot. Crossing Highway 69 there that goes between Melbourne and Cushman, right over Mount Pleasant, Needmore, eventually moving into parts of Sharp County. And evening shade, you're not in the tornado warning, but this storm will be in your area quickly, and it's hard to see what kind of rotation we have. We're just in a very bad spot. You can see that there is some rotation still with this storm, but this tornado warning remains in effect for parts of Izard, Sharp, and Independence County. And I can call the all clear for Independence. This is not going to move through Independence County, so parts of Izard County and moving into southwestern Sharp County. This is where this storm is now.
I can't hear you. Overcast. I can't hear you.
And this will continue into, if this holds together and they issue a new tornado warning, this would include Sharp County. This would include evening shade. It would probably include parts of Cave City as well, but this would go north of Cave City, back out towards Poughkeepsie, down Highway 58, and back towards the Strawberry River as it heads back towards to the west, or towards the east, excuse me.
That is some really bad damage. I hope everybody's okay. You're looking at the Wynne area right now. Jace Passmore is there in the storm tracker. Oh, goodness. All right, like I said, we're trying to balance out what has happened with what's going on now. We're going to continue to keep you updated on Wynne. Let's go to radar. And here's the latest on this. Let's clear this off with a new storm track on it. What'd you say the speed was on it?
55.
Okay, it's losing. It's a lot of that rotation, isn't it?
It is, but I don't trust it just yet because we're just
either.
so far from the radar right now.
Evening shade, 548. If it holds together, Smithville at 605. I don't want to scare anybody in Andyville, Imboden, Richwoods, or anything like that. Just giving you an idea of when this storm is going to be there. They have not extended the tornado warning out yet. Let's look at the wind on it. Zoom down. Yeah, I see what you mean. You don't really want to trust it just yet. They will probably let that tornado warning expire, is my guess.
I'm going to ask them what the plan is, if it's downstream or...
Other locations, that storm that was heading toward Wynne is just kind of falling apart, thank goodness. It's not even going to rain in Wynne, so that's good. Rescue efforts are going to continue. It's hard to give people the all clear. I know Poinsett County was wondering if they can send people down. This isn't too concerning right now. If you want to, if you're a first responder and they're needing help still, you could probably send some people down there, and hope that this just stays calm over there.
Emerson Ambulance is sending 2 units from Jonesboro down to Wynne.
Yep.
For help.
All right. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Let's go back out here. So, have they said anything about this storm yet?
No, they haven't responded to it just yet.
If we can get this storm to calm down, we're going to see our night calm down quite a bit, and we need it to calm down. Thankfully, it looks like the rain is not going to come into Wynne for the rescue efforts there. We've got about another hour and 15 minutes of daylight down there also. That's going to help out. But they're going to have to do a lot of door-by-door checking on people.
And if you don't have to be in Wynne, if you're not a responder, you're just trying to go and look at
let's not do that.
At damage, don't go to Wynne tonight. There's enough damage. Power's out in town. All the stoplights are out. There's major damage all throughout Wynne. So to help out people and make sure that people are okay, do not go down to Wynne unless you are a first responder going down to help with the rescue efforts down in Wynne.
All right, I'm just seeing if we got anything else here. Somebody said that was the high school auditorium that we were looking at. Stand by. I'm just reading a lot of the tweets.
Ryan, a lot of people are just getting home from work, and we've been watching these supercell storms develop throughout the afternoon. Where did this tornado start? Where did the track start?
Boy, you know, was this the one? This was the second
This was
one.
the second tornado warning that came out from Little Rock after the first one.
Yeah, so
And
it wasn't the same storm that hit Little Rock. It was the one that came back behind
it. I don't think it did not start producing a tornado until it moved into Cross County. So probably right there as it got onto the outskirts of Wynne, dropped that tornado. Well, we had that wall cloud in St. Francis County, and then probably somewhere to the southwest of Wynne, and just kind of touched down, and it stayed on the ground probably all the way crossed into Tennessee.
Yeah.
And is this just one tornado, or could there have been two?
No, that was one, I
That was just
believe,
one.
in Wynne. Just looking at some of the video that's coming through, Wynne's going to have a tough time.
You know, we're talking about two populated areas today. We have Little Rock that was hit by a tornado. We have Wynne that was hit by a tornado. The Weather Service hasn't said any more about the tornado warning in Izard County. That storm has almost moved entirely out of the warning and moved into Sharp County. Still, some heavy rain, lightning in Sharp County, evening shade to Ash Flat over to Poughkeepsie, and that stretches back up towards Cherokee Village. But as soon as they'll probably let that warning expires at 6:15. They should probably drop that warning before too long as that moves out of the area. We have some light showers in southern parts of Jackson County. That was that tornado warning we were looking back in parts of White County a little bit earlier. That now has really just fizzled out, and that's just some rain showers around Beattyville and Tupelo over to Fisher. We've had some showers in Jonesboro. We've had some showers in parts of Dunklin and Pemiscot and New Madrid counties. Those are not severe. And the only severe storm that we have is down south of Pine Bluff. They have gone ahead and let that tornado warning expire, or they've canceled the tornado warning for Izard and Sharp County. So that is no longer a threat at this time across Izard and Sharp County. So just give you the wide view. If we go to Max 2 right quick. And let's give you the wide view. We are now without a tornado warning. We do not have severe thunderstorm warnings in ReachNet. We just have some rain showers over Sharp County and then back over parts of Jackson and Poinsett County.
Aaron, I have Richard Dennis, the police chief of Wynne, on the phone. If we want to go live to him, if you have a moment here,
let's
he
do
can
that.
talk to us. Hey, Chief, it's Chris here. Can you just tell us, this is Chief Dennis, Richard Dennis with the Wynne Police Department. Can you just kind of describe what's going on down there?
Now we're gathered up at the city hall, sending people out. Our city's kind of cut in half right now, impassable north and south. It looks like the tornado come in from the west, up West Union, and travel directly east and come out over on 64 Highway.
I know you said earlier there's a lot of search and rescue going on. What does that look like here? We're seeing live pictures now, a lot of destruction. Do you know how many people are trapped? Any injuries, fatalities being reported tonight?
We do have some entrapment, and there is some injuries.
All right. And you've got crews coming in from all over. Looking at the damage, it looks like probably people should be staying in their homes, avoiding the area.
Yes, correct. We've got that. We've got other local responding agencies coming. Looks like Fort City Fire, Fort City PD, St. Francis County Sheriff's Office, Cross County Sheriff's Office, several other local agencies, Arkansas Game and Fish, State Police, they're all here.
Is there one area of town that is the hardest hit, or is it just kind of widespread?
It's wide. If you come from the west side of town up West Union, heading directly east, pretty wide path. It's, like I said, it's a lot of destruction.
Yeah. Any words of advice to people tonight? Is there a shelter set up where people who can go right now?
Yes, they will need to call Cross County Dispatch at 238-5700. I do believe there's one set up the Bridge Church as well as the Cowboy Church, but they'll need to call the Sheriff's Dispatch Center first.
All right. Chief, I know you are busy. I appreciate you jumping on the phone here with us here tonight. We will check in with you here a little later. We'll let you get back to what you need to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, so you guys just heard from Police Chief Richard Dennis there in Wynne, where he says widespread destruction came up West Union, east of town, kind of all over. Couple of takeaways. We do know that there are multiple injuries being reported there as when you saw that damage. We've got multiple crews headed that way. We just learned that Jonesboro Police are sending officers down to Wynne to help tonight. We know that there are 2 shelters being set up. We do know that there are 2 shelters being set up in Wynne, the Bridge Church and the Cowboy Church. I'm going to give you a phone number here. I know you might not have something to write down with, but type this into your phone if you can right now. It's 870-238-5700. If you are in need of any sort of services tonight or a place to go, you will need to call that number. Those are for the Cross County Dispatch, and they will help get you the services or shelter that you need. But Aaron,
Chris,
I mean, this is just absolutely devastating.
That shot right there, that is of Wynne High School.
Wow.
There is the water tower that's in the background. If you ever go to football games at Wynne, that's the water tower you see. That's the Wynne High School right there. That
This is
took
just
a hit today with that tornado. That's that church that's right next to the high school. A lot of people who that know football. A lot of football people go to Wynne and watch football games at Wynne. This is right there coming off of Highway 1. You can see it just kind of came right across Highway 1 right there through the middle of town and just went straight over the campus of Wynne High School.
And we know, sorry Diana, you were going to say.
The ham radio operator, Ashley Daffrin, has said that she can confirm EMT and rescue personnel as far north as Clay County, they're being called to Wynne right now.
Yeah, and you guys, obviously, we're seeing people out walking around through this damage here. We know that power lines are down and probably power out, but you can't take any chances with this. As you see power lines hanging there, it is best to stay where you are and not get out and try and assess the damage.
I would assume pretty soon they're going to cut power to everything down there. Is how that typically would do, where nothing back feeds through.
And we know that there are a lot of resources. We heard Forest City Fire, Forest City Police Department, Crittenden County. We know Jonesboro Police are sending officers down there. We know Emerson Ambulance. Harrisburg is sending EMTs. Greene County.
St. Francis County.
St. Francis County. It's coming from all over. But again, I want to just point out that number that you're seeing at the bottom of your screen. If you live in Cross County or Wynne and you are impacted by this tornado, it's 870-238-5700. That's going to be the dispatch center there in Cross County. A dispatcher will be able to get you hooked up with services, but this is just, the images are heartbreaking here, and we know that there are multiple injuries and there are lots of people still trapped in this.
Tremendous force there. Ryan, when you look at that, what do you think as far as, is this an EF2, EF3 that hit the area?
You know, judging off of what we saw on radar, debris was being lofted at least 7,000 or 9,000 feet. Some indications maybe higher than that. And just looking at just the video that I'm seeing here, I initially thought EF2. I would have to sit there. I'd have to look at I'm thinking EF2 though. Yeah. There might be some areas that are EF3. Weather Service will have to get there, and they have to look at a lot of stuff. Like, you just can't look at a big pile of debris and think, okay, well, this is going to be EF3 or 4 or whatever. They have to go there and look at the structural integrity of things. How you attach a roof to a house and how you anchor a house to the foundation.
They're probably going
matters.
to look at Wynne High School and
Yeah,
take
Wynne
a
High
look
School
at the
is
damage there.
It will be a good damage indicator because
Well, and you can see electric crews now showing up, obviously, to presumably start shutting off the power that is still able to be used.
And you don't want to go there and drive around because, as we know, after the Jonesboro tornado, there are nails, there are power lines down. It is hazardous. You do not want to go there.
It looks like that's an iPad that may have blown out the church or the school or one of the businesses. There's a lot of damage in Wynne. If you were just thinking, I'm going to go down and look at the damage, tonight's not the night to do that. We have crews there. Jace Passmore's down there, meteorologist Jace Passmore. Griffin Demarade's on his way to Cross County. We will show you the pictures here on TV and let the people there in Wynne do the work. Let the rescuers and the emergency crews do their work to make sure that everybody's okay, and then try to get some of this stuff picked up, try to get some of the roads passable again. But Wynne's going to need help in the coming days. Tonight, if you're just trying to go down and look, it's not the night to go down to Cross County.
No, that's just a great point, Aaron. Is a lot of people just want to go down and help. You just want to go and do something. Let the first responders, let the trained first responders get down there, help people out. We do have people entrapped right now. So you're going to have to get first responders in there, and it's kind of like a vehicle. You get in there with spreaders, and you get people out of these houses.
This is a tweet that was just sent in a few minutes ago from Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She has activated the Arkansas National Guard for all the damaged areas in the state to assist Arkansas State Police around the state of Arkansas. So the National Guard will most likely be coming into Wynne soon. The governor has activated them, and so there's some extra help that will be coming.
All right, just kind of going through some of the pictures.
That's a picture that's looking from Yellow Jacket Stadium there back to the high school. And by the time the tornado rolled through, I'm guessing students were back home from school.
Yeah, I think so. All right, let's give you a quick look at radar. By the way, where the tornado crossed at I-55, traffic is stopped there, it looks like. Still, I don't know if there's damage or tree. We had vehicles blown over, didn't we?
Yeah, there's some vehicles blown over. It looks like parts of I-55 is blocked. I'm guessing that's what that shows.
Yeah, so if you guys want to pull up iDrive here in a minute, this rain here is completely fizzling out. That is a good thing. This storm we're going to have to watch doesn't look severe right now. Tornado warning has expired. We're watching this. Oh, man, I didn't know. We got a tornado warning south of here also.
Yeah, but hopefully that should
stay all
south of us and go up
if you have
into
any plans
Memphis.
to Memphis, keep an eye on that one. That should stay south of us, south of Wynne. This is transitioning into a post-storm coverage type of deal, and unfortunately, we're going to be dealing with damage through the. The
only storm we'll have to watch is that storm that's in Sharp County, and it's moving fast. So before too long.
Oh yeah, look.
Is that I-55?
Yeah.
So that's I-55 south of Turl. Traffic is stopped or at least moving very slowly in each direction.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we had some reports of vehicles overturned there or something.
Up there around Turl, Highway Exit 19. Let me turn on the exits here. And so, yeah, there's 17, 18, about in that area.
That thing's still putting down a tornado in Tennessee. Same storm that hit Wynne is still putting down a tornado in Tennessee.
Yeah, just south of Covington, Tennessee. We were watching that storm when it came out of Woodruff County. Is that going to be the storm that produces the long track tornado? And we were talking, we may have just one or two storms that produce the tornadoes today. And we've had this one storm that's produced this tornado, and we had the other storm that went through Little Rock to produce the tornado. That's two.
Yeah. I tell you, it's just, yeah, that's a mess down there right now also. I think there's a Grizzlies game tonight. I had a lot of people asking me about going to a Grizzlies game, and if you notice, the traffic's backed up there, so that's going to impact some people also. All right, so here in about a minute, we're going to take a break. We're going to regroup. Let's take a look at radar for just a second, kind of recap some things. We're watching this storm. I don't want to give anybody the all clear, not yet. It looks like it. I do want to watch this area, but this is fizzling out. We've got some storms to the south that should stay to our south. We've got significant damage in the Wynne area. So that's going to be our focal point now, I think, as we go through the evening hours. We're about to go to a commercial break here in just a second. We're going to regroup. We're going to start Region 8 News at 6, give you the latest information on what's happening down in Wynne, what to expect through the overnight. And I have bad news, guys. Next week also looks severe. So how much time, guys, are we starting Region 8 News here shortly? We're going to go break. We'll be here back in just a second.
Region 8 News at 5, 6, and 10. Bringing you breaking news as it happens. Keeping you up to date on the issues that impact you and your community. And investigating the stories that deserve a closer look. It's the news that matters to you. From the only live local news team in Northeast Arkansas. Watch Region 8 News at 5, 6, and 10. Region 8 News, working for you. The Region 8 Storm Tracker, between you and the storm. Powered by George Kell Motors. You're watching KAIT ABC. The only live local news in Northeast Arkansas. Region 8 News at 6 starts now.
A live look in Jonesboro. We're tracking severe weather hitting Northeast Arkansas.
Yeah, it has been a very busy and destructive day. Jace Passmore is in Wynne. We have Griffin Demaray on his way down there, where we know there has been the town just obliterated to pieces from today's tornado, and we know multiple people are trapped in buildings that have collapsed, and multiple first responders headed to that scene tonight.
A very active weather afternoon, but first we're going to talk with Chief Meteorologist Ryan Vaughn in the Weather Center with meteorologist Aaron Castleberry about what we're seeing right now.
Well, things are starting to wind down. We don't want to. Oh, there's Aaron.
Yeah, things are starting to wind down across Region 8. We have one storm right now that's moving through parts of Sharp County into Lawrence County. It's not severe. It does have a little bit of lightning with it, but this storm, it did have a tornado warning earlier, but that has fizzled out. Chief Meteorologist Ryan Vaughn's at the wall. If we can go, if you want to go to him, we've had this very strong tornado that's moved through Wynne today.
Yeah, we have. You know, still have some storms out there right now at the moment. I think. Do we have the?
No.
Do we have my microphone on?
Your mic is on, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Sorry, bear with us for just a minute. It's been a long afternoon. We're regrouping here. We're not going to give the all clear just yet. We're still warm. We're still unstable. We still have some storms passing through. But right now, we don't have warnings. We've got some rain going through Poinsett County. We've had a decent storm that had a tornado warning with it earlier, weakening, but not enough to where we want to let our guard down just yet. The storm that came through Wynne, it's over here in Tennessee. It still has a tornado on the ground right now. We have traffic that is backed up right here on Interstate 55 where the tornado crossed. The damage is in Wynne right now. That has been the hardest hit area. Now, we can't give the all clear until these little areas move through, but right now, I'm optimistic that they are going to behave. We're going to have to watch these, though. We're still in a pretty volatile environment.
That storm just went tornado warning Brinkley, and that could clip parts of Cross County. If it holds together. It'll move into St. Francis and be a bigger deal to St. Francis, but we'll have to watch it.
Now, I think even that would hopefully stay south of Wynne. Hopefully. Now, it may get close enough to the lightning, so hopefully Jace is keeping an eye on that also. As of right now, though, tornado warning is in effect here let's take a look at while we're at it. It's a small storm, but one that, yeah, I see a little bit right through here. I would assume what's going on, Weather Service is probably, the anxiety level's high. We've had Little Rock hit by a massive tornado. We've had Wynne take a direct hit right now. And we'll get to news here in a minute, but churches, houses, Wynne High School, major damage right now. So Weather Service isn't going to take any chances. So tornado warning right now is in effect just south of us, includes the Brinkley area. Meteorologist Jace Passmore has been out in this. He was showing you the tornado live as it was coming into Wynne. And Jace, you had some really honestly sad images just a bit ago. What are you seeing down in Wynne?
Yeah, right now I'm standing right in the middle of the damage path, and this right here is a 5,000 square foot Christmas shop that got wiped off its foundation. I just spoke to the owner a little bit ago, and then there's a home that was here, and then in the very far distance is the Wynne High School, and it looks like the roof got ripped off of that. I also was able to peep inside the church. All the pews were ripped up as well. Lots of tree damage. First responders are asking people to stay out of the area until they can get power restored or power lines moved out of the road, and the people that are trapped, get them out. So there are entrapments. There are people all over the place trying to help. But as you can see, there are homes here, the high school's back there, and then the Methodist church is here. The steeple got blew over on the Methodist church, and I'm seeing people walk down the street with their animals and suitcases right now, because this way, if I can show you, there are just more homes down this way as well. So this is definitely a residential neighborhood. You can see just more homes back this way. So it looked like we're standing right in the middle of the path. There's also a home right here. So we're still gonna have to watch maybe for that storm down to our south that might clip Cross County, but as of right now, they're just asking people to stay out of Wynne, Ryan.
All right, Jace, if I could ask Jace a couple of questions there. What are the people doing around there? Are we still actively doing rescue there also?
Yes, we are. I've seen multiple first responders run up the street this way. So this is all residential, except when you come out to the main road right here, there was a store here, but back that way there's even more homes, and that's where I'm seeing the bulk of the first responders run to. I didn't walk back there. There are still power lines down and large pieces of sheet metal, and I just wanted to let them get down there first. But I believe that is where we have the entrapments, is down that way. That is where all the first responders are headed.
All right. I appreciate that update, Jace. Once again, meteorologist Jace Passmore, he was out in the storm showing us that tornado as it was coming in on the southwest side of town, and then, I mean, just watching it unfold on radar and seeing it on the storm tracker, it's just, you feel helpless, kind of.
Very sobering images coming out of Wynne this evening.
And you've got crews from all over responding. Yeah. We've got Jonesboro, Greene County, St. Francis County, Crittenden County, and it's going to be a long night ahead of them. And luckily, we do have, another hour and a half-ish of daylight. But
yeah, that's going to help a whole lot. I think a lot of these first responders will be bringing lights down also, powers out. So what they're going to do is they're going to go down there and they're going to go door to door, even if, and make sure that everybody is accounted for, and hope for the best on this. I mean, but looking at some of those houses, that's at least EF2, if not EF3 damage. Just when we were watching it on radar, also just looking at how high the debris was lofted up, you can get somewhat of an idea of how strong a tornado is by how high it lifts the debris. And it was EF2, maybe low end EF3 tornado. We're already getting reports of injuries. It's really sad.
I mean, the good news in all of this is our assignment desk did say that they checked with the coroner there, and there are no reports of any fatalities at this point, which
let's hope that stays
that way.
Yeah.
But we know that we heard from Richard Dennis, the police chief, that there are dozens of people who are hurt. There are just as many people as trapped, and his exact words were total destruction throughout town. I mean, the town took a direct hit.
And it's hitting places, when you start hitting, of course, residential areas, and you start hitting the high school, this is pillars of the community that, what are you going to do next week? If your high school's hit, what are you going to do? Of course, tonight we're worried about injuries and hopefully not having any fatalities. But then you have to start worrying about the logistics of this. Where are we going to put our kids on Monday? Where are we going to put them on? Major infrastructure. And then you look at a lot of times who comes to help also is your local churches. And you got your Methodist church. It sounds like got hit, and one of the Baptist churches got hit there also. I just talked with someone else. The Southern Baptist